Black Squall. Yes, sir. I'm back in this bitch. I'm back in the building, baby. Hey, yeah, I'm out here. I'm picking up some food on late night tip. Picking up some Peruvian food. I got some lomo saltado for myself and some Peruvian fried rice for my mama. Listen, man, all I'm gonna say is you Puerto Ricans and you Peruvians, y'all got some good food, man. Puerto Ricans and Peruvians got some good food. Way better than Mexican food. That's for goddamn sure. Way better than Mexican food. Way better than Mexican food. If you love Mexican food, I'll say this, if you like Mexican food, you will absolutely love Peruvian food and Puerto Rican food. Damn. Speaking of Latinas, Lord have mercy. I just seen something sexy. Back there. God damn. She ain't gonna walk fast enough to get up to this red light. Anyway, I'm really feeling Latinas these days, man. I am really feeling Latinas these days. I think physically, Latinas are, what do they like to call it? The standard of beauty. Present day 2025, I think Latinas are the standard of beauty for women. I think it's safe to say Latinas are the standard of beauty for women. See, it's like a battle right now between Latinas and Asians. It's a battle right now between Latinas and Asian women. But Asian women are making it a battle because of their culture and the way they treat men and the way they operate in relationships. Asian women are second to none when it comes to the way they treat men and the way they operate in relationships. Asian women are second to none. And when it comes to just beauty, just purely beauty, right? Asian women and Latinas are like neck and neck. But as far as black men are concerned, right? As far as black men are concerned, I think black men have made it fairly obvious that out of all women on earth, black men seem to be more attracted to Latinas than any other group of women, right? That seems to be the popular consensus with black men. Now, if you are a black man who does not share that opinion, fine. Do not come in the comments section acting as though that is not the popular consensus amongst black men as a collective. I'm not talking about you specifically, I'm talking about black men as a collective. And black men as a collective, in my opinion, and I have asked several times in several videos and several posts, and the resounding answer that I have received is that fucking bitch. Even when people do goofy ass shit. The resounding response that I've gotten, the overwhelming vast majority of black men are physically attracted to Latinas more than any other group of women. However, again, if you have this conversation with really any group of men, but if we're specifically talking about black men as well as every other group of men, we clearly notice that the way Asian women operate in relationships, the way Asian women relate to men, the way Asian women treat men is second to none. So because of the fact that though if we're specifically talking about black men, black men are physically attracted to Latinas more than any other group of men. Or more than any other group of women. But if we are to factor in how Asian women, again, conduct themselves in relationships, the way Asian women are just so feminine and submissive and I forgot I didn't put the fucking, god damn it. I forgot I took the sensor to open the garage gate. I took the sensor out of my car and put it in my mother's car. God damn it. I took the sensor out of my car and put it in my mother's car earlier. Fuck. Are you going in the garage? Because I'm going to have to go in behind you. Oh, thank God. All right. Crisis averted. Somebody just happened to be coming up in the parking garage. I forgot I took the sensor out of my car and I put it in my mother's car to park her car in the garage because the fucking building, as much money as we pay to live in this motherfucker. Yo, I bullshit you not, Black Squad. I live in the most expensive part of Stamford, Connecticut. And as much as I bullshit you not, I live in the most expensive part of Connecticut. Google waterfront Stamford, Connecticut. Just Google it. Google waterfront Stamford, Connecticut. This is the most expensive part of the entire city. And as much as we pay in fucking rent, we can't park outside at night. We can park out there when the sun is up all motherfucking day. But when the sun goes down, we're not allowed. We are adults, motherfucker. We are adults. We are adults, but we're not allowed to park outside at night. as much as we pay in fucking rent. And you know something? We all need to come together and raise hell about that shit. The fuck you mean? Do you know how much fucking money I just paid in rent this fucking month? The fuck you mean I can't park my fucking car outside if I fucking want to? But the reason they do that shit is because you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay to park outside, but you do have to pay to park inside the parking garage. You have to pay for your parking spot in here. But fortunately, we park in the handicap spot. We park in the handicap spot because even though we got money, we used to be ghetto. You know what I'm saying? We used to be ghetto. So paying for a parking spot, that just doesn't sit right with my ghetto intellectualized mind. It just doesn't. It doesn't. I gotta pay you to park, motherfucker? Nah, fuck that. Let me find somebody with a handicap placard. Parking that motherfucking handicap spot. Paying you for no parking spot. But my mother's visiting me right now, so you know, I'll be bringing my mom's car in the parking lot. So I gotta take the sensor to open the gate to the parking garage out of my car, throw it in my mom's car, and bring my mom's car up in here. When I left to go get the food, I forgot to grab the sensor. Anyway. I was listening, right? Because I was just, scrolling through Reels, and I happened to be on YouTube. I'm usually on Instagram when I'm scrolling through Reels and looking for material to react to or make a reel out of. But I happened to be on YouTube at the time. Every once in a blue, I'll find something on YouTube. Every once in a blue moon, I'll find something on Facebook. But the overwhelming vast majority of the reels that you see me making, I found that material on Instagram, right? But I was on YouTube and I'm scrolling. And I came across a Tupac verse that I had never heard before. I thought after 30 fucking years, I had heard every Tupac song and every Tupac verse there was to hear, right? But I came across a verse that he had recorded for Run the Streets, right? Remember? You could run the streets with your thugs. I'll be waiting for you. Right? Classic record. So there was another verse that he recorded, and listening to the verse, being somebody who, sadly, I have to say, used to write music. Being somebody who used to write music, listening to the verse, I can clearly tell that that verse was an option for the third verse, for the third and final verse of the song, right? And the verse was fire. The verse was fire. However, I'm glad that the original third verse that we all know and love, I'm glad that he chose that verse to be the verse that actually made the record, because that verse is clearly hotter than the verse that I just heard, right? But the point is, after hearing it, I said to myself, damn, so you mean to tell me the Tupac fan that I am, after all these fucking years, there is still there are still Tupac verses and Tupac songs that I have not heard. That shit blew my fucking mind because I thought that I heard everything that there was to fucking hear. So I started searching, and I'm still searching for more Tupac material that I haven't heard yet, right? And so I came across this mix of verses and songs. The only stuff on there so far that I had never heard was stuff. When I listen to it, I can tell that it's material that's clearly from before he even got signed, before he ever even hooked up with Shock G and Digital Underground, you know, and unreleased records that I've already heard, right? But in listening to some of those, I came across what's that song called? Because I had to. I came across that record because I had to. And that classic, if you're a real Tupac fan, that classic lyric where he said, "Did you ever stop to think I'm old enough to go to war, but I ain't old enough to drink? Did you ever stop to think I'm old enough to go to war, but I ain't old enough to drink?" And for some reason, that shit took me back. That shit took me back to when I was literally in that age bracket. The very first time I ever heard that song. The very first time, I can't remember exactly how old I was, but I was somewhere between 18 and 21. Because for some reason, it hit me like, damn. The first time I heard this song, I was in that age bracket. And I remember how those words hit me. I remember it was shortly after the first time I heard that fucking song. It was shortly after 9/11. It was shortly after 9/11 when America had decided to go to war with Iraq. Right? And we ain't need to get into all that bullshit. And again, I was somewhere between the ages of 18 and 21, and the first time I heard those lyrics, did you ever stop to think I'm old enough to go to war, but I ain't old enough to drink? That shit is insane, isn't it? That we will send an 18, 19, 20-year-old kid off to a foreign land to die over bullshit and greed. But if that same kid who loves his country enough to die for it walks up to the bar and asks a bartender for a shot of Patron, he can't get it. It's crazy. That is crazy. But that is the world we live in. And mind you, most people actually drink more liquor between the ages of 18 and 21 than they do between the ages of 21 and 24. You know what I'm saying? It's something about liquor. It's something about liquor that's more desirable when you're of an age where people are telling you that you can't have it than when you are 21 and you can legally buy it with no issue. Right? I know at least for me, I definitely did more drinking between 18 and 21 than I did between 21 and 24. Definitely. Especially after getting too drunk a few times. All right. You know. You lose the thrill after you get too drunk a few times. You know what I'm saying? Once you really learn what that alcohol can do to you on a bad day. Shit, man, I was just thinking about that shit like, damn. Like, we will really send these kids off to lose their fucking lives over greed and bullshit. And those same children, 18, 19, 20 years old, who will send to some foreign land to fight over greed and bullshit, those same kids will deny them a drink. You know, I put myself in that position because, you know, after 9/11, when the second Gulf War popped off, I considered going. And, you know, in hindsight, I should have went. In hindsight, I should have went. I think it would have done me some good. One thing's for sure, I would have more than likely, I would have gotten something out of my system. You know. I put it this way, there's some things I'm curious about. Had I actually gone back when the second Gulf War popped off, I wouldn't be curious about, certain things that I'm kind of curious about. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I'm I don't know. I'm just running my mouth. This video ain't really yeah. I'm just running my mouth. I had a few words that I wanted to share. Oh shit. I had a few words. God damn it. I had a few words I wanted to share with y'all. Damn it. I'm gonna have to clean these damn seats. I just spilled some fucking. Anyway, man, let me get in this house and eat this fucking food. I'm starving. It's like 10:30. I gotta work in the fucking morning. I am Kenyatta Black. Thank you for tuning in. I'm over here running my mouth. I'm gonna run this back, listen to it, and see if I even want to post it. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to the Black Squad. I will get up with y'all later. Remember, bands will make them dance, but these hands will change your face. It's a nigga named Sean Tyus that's about to find out the hard way. When I see you, nigga, I'ma see you when I see you. And that's on everything, nigga. As far as I'm concerned, you ain't no family of mine, nigga. Bands that make them dance. And Sean Tyus, he gonna find out these hands change your fucking face. Deuces.